Hi, this is Joe Ziemba, the host of When Football Was Football here on the Sports History Network. Aside from my podcasting duties, I'm also a sports collector. And as such, I'm very pleased to share the exciting news that the Sports History Network has partnered with Rochester Sports Autographs, the largest JSA authenticated autograph distributor in the United States, where you can get deals on over 30,000 autograph sports collectibles. So as a collector, I was very pleased when I visited the site of Rochester Sports Autographs. The massive inventory is easy to search, carefully documented, and visually appealing. The options seem limitless, whether you're looking for an autographed baseball, signed football helmets, or basketball jerseys, among thousands of others. I found everything from a Babe Ruth autograph, a signed football by Dick Butkus, and an autographed Larry Bird basketball jersey. And as a collector, you'll be delighted with the very competitive pricing on JSA authenticated products. Made possible since RSA deals directly with athletes, so there's no extra markup, and the savings are passed on directly to the customer. Perhaps you're looking for an early gift for Mother's Day or Father's Day. Heck, who needs a holiday as an excuse to give a piece of sports history to your loved ones? Or how about yourself? Today seems like a great day to add to your own sports collection, right? RSA even has film, music, and other entertainment autographs on the site, so there's something for everyone. All orders from Rochester Sports Autographs are top quality and shipped to your door with top authentication and a money-back guarantee. And to make sure RSA knows that the Sports History Network sent you, we created a special link for you. All you need to do is head to shoprsa.com/SHN. That's shoprsa.com/SHN to get your own piece of sports history today.
Now it's time to take a sports break, a look at sports history on a daily basis. Hello, my friends of sports history. This is Darren Hayes of the Sports Jersey Dispatch podcast. Welcome once again to another edition from the pig pen of your sports break. This time for April 11th is our date, and we're going to talk about some of the greatest moments and people that are associated with the date of April 11th in sports history. But before we do, as always, we want you to know about our newsletter. If you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? It's totally free. You get it each and every day delivered into your email inbox. You don't even have to go out to the mailbox or the front porch. And it is set up like a newspaper, reading about the history headlines of sports and uniforms. Pigskin Dispatch, Jersey Dispatch, Sports History Network.com. We have a lot of great things coming to you, as well as some great podcasts that we have for that day. Each day is a different issue and has some new and exciting things pertaining to that day and any new posts that we have from the Pig Pen. You can sign up very easily. Go to the show notes of this very podcast or subscribe at the top of PigskinDispatch.com or JerseyDispatch.com. Now, let's get into April 11th sports history. We're going to start off a little bit differently today. We're going to start off with Jay Daniel and his 80sbaseball.com and his salute to 80s baseball for April 11th. Now, he wishes some happy birthdays to John Martino, who played for the St. Louis Cardinals, as well as Sid Monge, who played 10 years in the big leagues and had a great career there. Also, Wally Whitehurst, who played with the Mets in 1989 and won over 20 games in 7 seasons with the Mets, Padres, and the Yankees. Also, pitcher Jeff Calhoun, a lefty who spent 5 years in Major League Baseball with the Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies. There were some Major League debuts on April 11th. 1980 had a couple of them. This first was Joe Shambro and also Steve Howe, a Dodgers pitcher. Both had their debut on April 11th, 1980. One debut in April 11th, 1984, and that was Alvin Davis, who ended up hitting a home run off of Dennis Eckersley. April 11th, 1985, Roger McDowell ended up throwing a scoreless top of the 11th inning in the Mets win in the bottom of the inning on a Danny Heap walk-off to give McDowell the win in his Major League debut. So some great debuts and some great names from 80sbaseball.com, and our friend Jay Daniel, who was the author of that great book, Suds Series. We have a great podcast where Jay came on and talked to us about his book, and it's a great one to get, read, and relive that great World Series between Milwaukee and St. Louis. Now, we also take stops in the pig pen. We love to go to pigskindispatch.com, look at some of the football history. We recorded at April 11th, 1921, the broadcast of sports, the first time ever, was on KDKA in Pittsburgh. It was a sporting event. It had Johnny Ray versus Johnny Dundee in a boxing match, a first lightweight boxing match, wireless broadcast. It was thanks to that information from wearebroadcasters.com. October 8th of that 1921 season marked a significant day in a game of football, and on that day, the first live sports radio broadcast of a football game aired on KDKA, same station in Pittsburgh, as the West Virginia University and the University of Pittsburgh played at Forbes Field. We'll talk more about that on October 8th. Now, we had some Hall of Fame birthdays in the realm of football, and the first one was April 11, 1916, College Football Hall of Fame at guard from Colgate University, playing 1933-1935. Danny Fortman was born on this day, and of course he went to Colgate, as we talked about. We have a great write-up on him. He ended up being enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1965 because he played with the Chicago Bears and had a great career with them, all pro 6 times, and 2 other years he was second team all NFL selection. He was also put into the College Football Hall of Fame in 1978 for his great play at Colgate. Tremendous player. April 11, 1916, in Turbon, California, the tough University of California halfback from 1935 to 1937, Sam Chapman arrived into this life. And Sam has another great bio for him, playing for Cal. The Cal Golden Bears had some great events there that helped them take on the victory. He was consensus All-American selection in 1937, sparked the Golden Bears to a 13-0 victory over Alabama in a 1938 Rose Bowl. We talked about that in our Rose Bowl segments we had in December. The College Football Hall of Fame put a statue in honor of Sam Chapman in their legendary museum in 1984. In 1941, on April 11th, Jim Romig, the two-way guard and linebacker at the University of Colorado from 1959 to 1961, made his entrance into this world. The National Football Foundation put him in the College Football Hall of Fame in the 1984 class. So you can learn more about him on pigskindispatch.com. Also in 1962, on the 11th of April, was Georgia Bulldogs stud safety from 1980 to 83, Terry Hogue was born. He was SEC Defensive Player of the Year, had 2 different times, and he was a top defensive back for the Bulldogs and the best record of any major team division, as they went 43-4-1 while Hogue was on the team. He ended up getting a Big 5 award and made it the 25th anniversary team of the SEC, 1961 and 1985. Walter Camp Foundation named him to its All-Century team, and Terry Hogue's collegiate football records are celebrated in the College Football Hall of Fame in 2000 when he got inducted into that great museum. Now, we also have information that we love to talk about on jerseydispatch.com, the home of this podcast, and we like to mention in April 11, 1907, probably tired of nursing some bumps and bruises, New York Giants future Baseball Hall of Fame backstop Roger Breshnan became the first catcher to wear shin guards, protecting the old noodles above the ankles there. April 11, 1959, Los Angeles Dodgers Hall of Fame pitcher Don Drysdale, wearing number 53, hit an opening day home run for the second time in his career. Gave the Dodgers their only scoring, though, as the home team, Chicago Cubs, won that game 6-1. Of course, that only run was by Drysdale, scattering 6 runs off the big right-hander and damaging his stellar ERA to start that season. April 11, 1963, the Milwaukee Braves had a future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher themselves that made history on this day, and that was Warren Spahn, number 21. He gave the New York Mets fits all day as the Braves secured a 6-1 victory for his 328th win in his career, and it was the most W's by any left-hander in Major League Baseball history. Now we've got some great items that come from NBA.com. Some events that happened on April 11th, as a couple to mention, are April 11th, 1991, the Milwaukee Bucks number 7, Adrian Dantley, scored 5 points in the Bucks' 111-92 victory over the Boston Celtics at the Bradley Center, moving Dantley into what would then been 9th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list with 23,152 points. Talking about scoring, well, how about 1998 on the 11th of April, Michael Jordan, number 23 of the Chicago Bulls, handed out his 5,000th career assist in an 87-78 victory over the Orlando Magic. He could score, he could play defense, and he could dish out the assists. April 11th, 1999, the New Jersey Nets retired to number 52 the jersey of one Buck Williams in ceremonies at New Jersey's home game against the New York Knicks. Williams accumulated 16,784 points and over 13,000 rebounds during his standout 17-year NBA career with New Jersey and the Portland Trail Blazers, as well as those New York Knicks that he played that evening. So that is just some great sports history. We are sure glad that you were able to join us here for the sports break and enjoy the sports history as we talk about that each and every day. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, and you can email us with any questions, comments, or maybe something you'd like to add, pigskindispatch@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, as we would love to hear from you at Pigskin Dispatch. Till next time, everybody, have a great sports history day. Sorry, but my pitching coach just called timeout and he's coming out to the mound. I think I'm going to get yanked for a reliever. We'll see you back tomorrow for some more great sports history on Sports Jersey Dispatch Podcast. We invite you to check out our websites, jerseydispatch.com and pigskindispatch.com. Not only see the daily sports history, but to experience the preservation of great events and people that play the games. Find us on Pigskin Dispatch. It's also on social media outlets of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel. Get all your daily sports history. Pigskin Dispatch is happy to be associated with the Sports History Network, the sports headquarters of yesteryear, found at sportshistorynetwork.com.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
Hi, this is Joe Ziemba, the host of When Football Was Football, here on the Sports History Network. I'm very pleased to announce that I will be partnering with the Sports History Network to give away 2 copies of my latest book called Bears vs. Cardinals, the NFL's Oldest Rivalry. To enter, just head over to the following link, sportshistorynetwork.com/giveaways. We hope you will enjoy the numerous stories in the book, which is largely based on the newly released Dutch Tournament collection at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Dutch was the co-owner of the early Chicago Bears with George Halas and kept correspondence, financial records, and scouting reports, which now allow us to peek into the management of an NFL club during the first few years of the league's existence. Along the way, we'll meet unusual gridiron characters from years gone by, including a quarterback who could throw the ball farther behind his back than he could throwing it forward, a Bears lineman who was such a good tavern fighter that he decided to enter the boxing universe, and a Cardinals halfback who gave up the NFL rushing title by deciding to not show up for his team's final game of the season. And can we forget the time the Al Capone mob interrupted a Bears-Cardinals game? The new book was fun to research, and I hope you will enter our free contest today. Once the winners are selected, we'll be in touch regarding shipping as well as to inscribe the book personally for you. This might make a perfect gift for Mother's or Father's Day, or simply add it to your own personal collection. Once again, enter by visiting sportshistorynetwork.com/giveaways. Thank you and good luck.